Hello everyone! Welcome back for some more Tsukihime. It's been a bit, it's been a hot minute. Just a combination of, well, a little bit of visual novel burnout, as well as just a lot of stuff happening in my life. If you've been following along with what's going on, you know it's just a lot currently. That said, we're gonna be hopping into the first of the Far Side of the Moon routes, where we, well, date our sister. At least it's not by blood. So, one other thing though, in between parts, I have hacked the game by replacing a file called CD with another file called CD, meaning we're actually going to have the remix soundtrack from the Plus disc, which was like a bonus thing, and people have made it so that it works. We're going to be doing this for at least 2 routes, and then we have one final soundtrack, which we'll use for the last route. So I think it's fun. One of my favorite things with my Fate Let's Play was the fact that I was able to, play around with the different soundtracks each time. So, Fate, and then, Unlimited Blade Works, and then Heaven's Feel all had different soundtracks, which just led to a lot of good music. So, why not? I mean, you can't tell because the title screen is the same, but I've tested it. There is remixes. Now, I haven't heard any. I heard a little bit of one and went, yep, that's a remix. Yep, that's indeed a remix. So, we're going to see how that sounds. Also, I have a guide up so we can just skip right on into the new content. So, let us get going. We're going to start from the beginning. You've already viewed this scene. Would you like to skip? Yes. Yes, I will. So, let me pull up my guide. So, first off, there's only a few minutes to the homeroom. Head there right away. Nope. Sorry, Ciel. We're not seeing you. Also, this is the first time we've ever done that. Oh. Yep, that's different. Don't know if I love it. Ah well, it's still nice to switch it up. While arriving in class earlier than usual. Whew, I walk to my desk next to the window. Good morning, Tono-kun. An unfamiliar voice greets me. Eh? I turn around confused. Oh, yeah, we have never talked to you much. Tono-kun, the teacher was looking for you. He said he wanted to talk to you about your house. As you do. My home? Must be about me moving. See, that feels like something that administration should take care of, but pshaw, that's just me speaking as a teacher guy person myself, so that's alright. I should have finished the formalities yesterday. Perhaps there's something I forgot to do. The girl doesn't move, but stands there looking at me. Good morning, Yumizuka. Yeah, good morning, Tono-kun. Looks like you remember my name. Sighing with relief, Yumizuka Satsuki gives a faint smile. I can remember the names of my own classmates, you know. It's just that I haven't, spoken to you much. Or any girl, for that matter. Yeah, that almost looks like a sprite edit of Ciel. The exact pose and face. Just slightly. Just enough to give me a bit of pause. Get it? Give me pause. I'm a cat boy. Like nya. Something Final Fantasy XIV. I was a little nervous about talking to you. Yumizuka smiles again. She seems happy about something. Huh. Yumizuka continues to stare at me as if she wants to say something else. To be honest, well, I don't know her that well. Although we're in the same class, I can count the times we've spoken. But Yumizuka Satsuki is the center of attention. She's often the topic of conversation among the boys, and there aren't any bad rumors about her among the girls. In short, she's your typical class idol. Naturally, she's always surrounded by a crowd. That's interesting, because I didn't take her for that upon looking. I took her as a very homely, normal type. But guess that's on me. for expecting a visual novel to not have at least, like, multiple class idols, because I guess that's a thing in Japan. She's the complete opposite of a loner like me. While I might be able to remember the name Yumizuka Satsuki, there's no reason for her to remember the name Tono Shiki. It seems like some bothersome coincidences are at work today. Tono-kun, can I ask you a question? If I can answer, you can ask as many as you want. Sorry if it's personal, but you said you're moving. Are you going to move somewhere far away? Girl, you don't know the half of it. Am I right? Ha ha ha. I still have to pack my bags. Oh, what am I doing? Making a video right now, but that's okay because I still have about a month, I guess. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't let it set in. Her voice trails off as if it's hard for her to ask. She clasps her hands together to stop fidgeting. I know it's sudden, but will you be transferring somewhere? No. I'm changing my residence, but not my school. My new house is still in this town anyway, so it's no big deal. Oh, well, that's good. Yumizuka sighs with relief. Huh? How odd. Why would something like me moving cause that kind of reaction? But are you going to leave the Arimas? Yeah, I enjoyed living with them, but I can't leech off them forever. Huh? Yeah, how does Yumizuka know that? What? A reminder, I've never taken this route. Like, I've never done this choice, so this makes me... Huh. No one at this school should know I was living with the Arimas, except for, like, one certain guy, and we'll get to him. What's up, Toto? Carefree loud voice rings out from the classroom doorway. Well, speak of the Goldar. As if on cue, the guy who's been my friend since middle school appears. Hey, it isn't Yumizuka. It's not often I see you talking to Tono. Morning, Inui-kun. Yumizuka looks away with an unenthusiastic reply. I guess she isn't the type who'd respond well to a guy like him. Tono's picking up chicks? What the hell's going on? I thought you weren't interested in them. Arihiko exclaims his joke loudly. You moron, stop spreading lies. I'm a normal guy. I like the boob. I like the butt, even if that is where girls poop from. Of course I'm interested in girls. Is that right? Good for you, man. Still these days, girls find it more amusing if you have a weird sex drive instead. But they'll only find it amusing, and it won't go any farther. What the hell is he talking about? His bottomless, cheerful laughter echoes throughout the morning classroom. I let out another sigh. I once again wonder, like I have many times before. It's been a while since I've read. Don't worry about that. Like many times before, how I ended up knowing this person. His hair dyed orange, ears pierced. Okay, so you acknowledge his hair is orange, but you call Ciel's hair black. What's up with that? His vicious glare that shouts he will pick a fight with anyone, anytime, and is wearing rebellious clothes. And yet, despite this, he has never been in one of the fighting games. That's a sin that needs to change. With Type Lumina. Inui Arihiko is the only free-spirited outlaw in our university-oriented high school. Do you have to be so loud this early in the morning? I'm depressed about all sorts of stuff, so stay away from me today, okay? I wave my hands to shoo him away. Depressed? What's wrong, man? Is it that time of the month? Hey, bro. Bro, come here. Come here, bro. Hey, come here. Bro. You menstruating? You know, menstruating. You know, with that time of the month? With dudes? Where you have a bro moment? Menstruating. Yeah. Let's see where Shiki goes with this. Wait, I take that back. Rather than just for today, stay away from me for the rest of my life. My depression will only get worse with you around. Dang, called out. Ignoring Arihiko, I head back to my own desk. Dropping my bag and taking a seat, I stretch my back.
Hey, can't just ignore other people like that, Tono. You're gonna hurt people with that careless attitude of yours.
Oh, that's news to me. Isn't there some way I can... Wow! Foreshadowing! Is there some way I can kill them instead? If you can tell me how, I'll repay you by trying it out on you. Wow! Wow, this is harsh in hindsight.
That's cold, man. It's a bit weird. Shouldn't joke about that. It's kind of messed up. Like, dude, killing's not cool. Are you just a little, like, nastier than usual this morning?
Didn't I tell you I'm depressed?
It's no excuse, dude. Don't gotta be toxic.
Other people aside, I'm certainly not showing any kindness to you. Arihiko sighs.
Why are you only mean to me, Tono? Like, come on, dude.
I'm feeling so much for Arihiko right now. He's getting the right end of the nasty stick.
You're like a saint to everyone else. It's not fair.
Wait, what? You just figured that out? The world's unfair.
Wow. You really are mean only to me. Wow. Dude, not cool.
Arihiko gives another exaggerated sigh. I didn't try to be particularly hard. I didn't try particularly hard to be cold to Arihiko, but I was, and I kind of feel like a jerk. Not just the kind of relationship we have. So Arihiko, what's a chronically late night owl who never shows up until second period doing here in homeroom? God, Shiki's a jerk to him. I feel so bad. It's a little, it's very odd.
Well, I was thinking that too. I guess being at school on oh yeah, that is so what I'm saying. Whoops, sorry about that. I guess being at school on time isn't just for when I happen to wake up early.
Well, I mean, I won't comment on your hobbies, but what I'm asking is why you woke up early.
Why I woke up early? I guess it's because I can't stay out late since all that fuss started, so I actually go to sleep at night now. You heard the stories about that serial killer, haven't you? Guy who has told me that he would kill me.
Huh. I see. Come to think of it, I did hear something like that. I feel a tinge of regret at needing Arihiko to remind me. For the past 2 or 3 days, I have been debating whether or not to return to the Tono household, so I completely lost touch with the news. What was that again? They've given it... Oh wait, was that him or me? I think that's me. Given it some really nasty name, like freakish serial killings or something.
There's more to it. So far, all the victims have been young girls. The 8th victim was only 2 days ago. And to top it all off, they were all... Wait, what happened to them again?
Arihiko tilts his head in contemplation. I'm an idiot for asking him.
Yeah, I remember now. All the victims were cut up into pieces and, like, arranged in a pattern or something.
No, Inui-kun. Everyone who was killed lost a lot of blood.
Oh yeah, that was it. They said it's like some kind of like modern day vampire or something.
Huh. You sure know a lot about this, Yumizuka-san. Not really. It's happening in this town, so it's in the news. You'd remember it, even if you didn't want to. I see. I thought it was happening in a neighboring town, but I guess it moved down here.
Well, anyway, that's what happened. Even I wouldn't be going around on the streets at night with a killer walking around. That's why I've been waking up at 7 lately.
What, that's it? Having a good reason doesn't make it a good story. Where's the fun in that?
Man, you're cold! Oh, did you collapse from anemia already this morning?
I'm alright, thanks for asking. If I was anemic 24 hours a day, I'd be dead by now.
Yeah, you're right. If you say you're okay, then I guess you're okay. Just a bit rude, to me specifically, but I guess you're okay.
And the school bell rings, interrupting our conversation. Hey, class is about to begin. Hurry up and get back to your seat. With a yeah, Arihiko goes back to his seat. See you later, Tono-kun. Yeah. Sorry for keeping you, Yumizuka-san. Her light footsteps tap across the floor as she returns to her desk. Tap, 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 tap. Second period is over. Our homeroom teacher, who's also our math teacher, calls out to me as he leaves.
Tono, your documents are missing some details. Please go visit the office.
Shouldn't take long, so I'll head to the office before third period starts. I gave him that voice because, of course, all teachers are big, buff, manly dudes who are powerful and strong. The office is on the first floor. I think the teacher's a chick. Because I remember actually seeing the sprite. That is new. They actually made a sprite for the teacher in the remake. Because of course you don't see many characters in this one. The office on the first floor. The second year classroom is on the third floor, but I can make it back before third period starts if I run. Wow, this is actually way longer than I thought I run. Look at us boot scooting and run. We're boot scooting around. And run. Oh, the impact floors me with a thud. My head hits something. The world swims before my eyes. Whoa, I hear a voice nearby. It's a woman's voice I've never heard before. Looks like I ran into someone. I'm sorry. Are you all right? I still can't see my surroundings too well, but I apologize to the person I hit. Yeah, I'm all right. How about you? Are you okay? There's no trace of accusation in that gentle voice. I don't know who she is, but it seems like she's worried about me. Yeah, I'm also okay. I shake my head and stand up. Okay, this is who I think it's going to be, which would explain my question of, well, what if you didn't meet her early? Finally, I can see clearly. Yep. Are you really all right? Your forehead is swelling up. I feel a prickle of pain when I try to touch it with my hand. Just like she said, I'm developing a magnificent lump. Also, there's a bump on my head. Ka-chow. I'm so sorry. I was not paying attention to where I was going. Your forehead must really hurt, right? The female student gazes apologetically at my face. From the formal way she spoke, I assumed she was a first year, but from the color of her ribbon, I can see she's a third year. In other words, my senpai. No, it's fine, really. I'm the one at fault. I'm sorry for bumping into you, senpai. I lower my head in a bow. Come to think of it, you're right. You shouldn't be running down the hallways, you know. There are people like me spaced out while looking down at the courtyard. Yeah, I'll be more careful. Are you alright, senpai? Yes, I only fell. It's because you ran into the wall while trying to avoid hitting me, Tono-kun. Really? No wonder I'm seeing stars. I'm lucky to get off with just a bump after running into a wall at that speed. So yeah, that's where you tune in like, wait, we said a voice I don't recognize, and then Tono-kun. Sorry about that, but spacing out in the hallway is also dangerous, senpai. Yes, I'll be more careful. Senpai smiles and nods. It's an honest smile. Excuse me, I best be going. Oh, no, that's it. Oh, that's him. Whoa, you're right. Shiki is nice to other people. Excuse me, I best be going. Beating the dust off my pants, I begin walking towards the office. But the older student continues to watch me through her glasses. Wait, just who is she? I was distracted because I ran into her, but come to think of it, she's quite attractive. If she's this beautiful, the male students would be talking about a third-year beauty wearing glasses. That sounds like whenever the word beauty is used like that, all I can think of is like Pokemon and how it's like the beauty class of trainer. I'm going now. You should go back to your classroom too, senpai. If you're in any pain, please come to my classroom. I'm Tono from second year, third class. I'll take responsibility. She nods. Even though she's older than me, it's like dealing with someone younger. Boy, you have no idea. Alright. If anything happens, I'll come to your classroom at lunchtime. Remember, Shiki-kun, you mustn't run in the hallways. Okay, but you shouldn't space out in the hallways either, senpai. With that, I wave my hand and leave. Wait. Shiki-kun. I haven't told her my first name. Come to think of it, did she use my name earlier too? I was going to say, is he going to pick up on that? Huh? Have I met you before, senpai? Senpai cries out in surprise. and mischievously puts on a depressed face. You're terrible, Tono-kun. You've forgotten about me? Huh? Forgotten? No, I don't think so. Never got myself involved with a beautiful woman like her. There'd be no way I'd forget. She looks at me reproachfully. Those eyes. I'm sure I remember from somewhere. Don't I? Come to think of it, well, we exchanged greetings once or twice before, didn't we? The eyes. She just put on us that spell of suggestion. That's what that flash is. Amazing. Amazing. God, I love how you replay this game and you just get more. Ciel senpai, right? I say her name apprehensively. Yes, and I'm glad you remember. You seem the type to space out and forget, Tono-kun. I don't think I space out, but there's nothing I can do about the fact I forgot. Well then, goodbye. Let's meet again at lunchtime. Ciel senpai bows again. I watch her walk down the hallway. I kind of like that meeting more than the first one. It's lunchtime. Now, where should I eat? So following my guide I have here, we're going to eat in class. Which we've similarly not done. It's lunchtime. The classroom starts to liven up. Some guys are dashing off towards the cafeteria. A group of girls are rearranging desks to form a table, and some students are calmly leaving the classroom, boxed lunches in hand. I watch them while I set down the milk and bread I bought. Wow, that is a mark of your character. My man's just eating milk and bread. What? Did you have, like, jalapeno peppers beforehand? Kind of boring.
Sheesh, not much of an appetite as usual, Tono?
The guy in front of me here is already part of a daily routine, and I'm not about to start complaining now.
But man, what's up with us? Just the two of us, eating lunch together? What kind of meal goes unaccompanied by a beautiful blossom?
If you don't have any blossoms, why don't you join that group over there? I'm not going to stop you.
Idiot. When I say blossom, I mean a single beautiful blossom.
I love Arihiko.
Those girls making a group are good. They're poisonous rather than being beautiful.
Arihiko's comment would have probably earned him some rocks thrown in his direction if the group of girls had heard him. Luckily, the girls in the class didn't hear his poisonous words. That's pretty harsh, Arihiko. I knew you were a bad guy before, but haven't you been getting worse lately? You're surpassing merely bad and getting into deviant.
I can't help it, can I? When there's a truly beautiful blossom at our school, my discerning eye grows more critical.
I love this Arihiko too. This, like, did he just unbutton his shirt? Has his shirt always been unbuttoned? I'm trying to figure it out. Has he always been suave unbuttoned? I can't tell. Huh. So who is this beautiful blossom?
Well, that's a secret. I don't want more competition now, do I?
Arihiko laughs with an ambitious smile spilling all over his face. As it is something I don't have, I'm a little impressed by his ability to express himself so frankly. And then, the person I just met comes in from the classroom door. With the boxed lunch in one hand, there's no way I can mistake her. Hello, Tono-kun. Mind if I interrupt? It's fine. No, of course. Smiling, Ciel senpai brings over a chair and sits down naturally. Senpai, are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt at all. Even her smiling reply troubles me. You said to come here at lunchtime, so I thought it'd be rude if I did not. Well, it's true I said that, but what I intended to say was she would come and I would take responsibility if she ended up being hurt.
Senpai!
Arihiko slams the table with a bang as he stands up. Inui-kun, could it be that you and Tono-kun are acquainted?
Yeah, we're more than casual acquaintances. Tono and I have been friends since we were kids. Right, Tono? You can even say we were like best friends.
Arihiko makes a tight fist for emphasis. There's no room for agreement or disagreement. Oh, really? It is such a coincidence that you two are friends.
Sure is. This bastard is such a calm face. I'm wondering just when did he start to get along with Senpai?
Ha ha ha! Arihiko glares at me while laughing towards Senpai. Absent-mindedly, I wonder if that's what you call being well-rounded. In the end, Arihiko forcibly convinces Senpai to stay for lunch. Well, since she brought her own lunch, or perhaps that's what she just had in mind in the first place. Oh, Inoue-kun, do you live by yourself?
Nah, I live with my sister. My parents left us in charge of the house, so we naturally learned how to cook, that's all.
Arihiko seems familiar with Senpai. He's able to talk to her more casually than I can. I've only just met her a few times.
By the way, Senpai, you said that you were called here by Tono? Did something happen? Something you want to tell Arihiko about, old Inoue-kun?
Yes, I ran into Tono-kun during the break. I wasn't hurt, but Tono-kun hit his head.
And you came to see him because you were worried.
Yes, that's about right. Senpai's voice is brisk and pleasant to listen to. That's a normal thing to say in regards to hearing a girl speak. That's normal. Since listening is more interesting than talking, I keep silent. That's when Arihiko directs the conversation towards me.
What's wrong, Tono? Running into someone. Don't tell me your anemia was acting up again.
Arihiko's voice betrays his deep concern about my health. No, it's not that. I was running to the office to deal with some details for me moving. That's when I ran into Senpai.
Really? Well, I guess your carelessness was at fault.
Arihiko folds his arms and nods in agreement to himself. Tono-kun, are you changing schools? Senpai suddenly outbursts almost hysterically. Yeah, she would if she was at the school to investigate me. And I'm like, yeah, surprise, I'm leaving. Really, why does she think I'm changing schools just because of that? No, I'm not changing schools, Senpai. I'm just changing my place of residence, so I filed the paperwork for a change of address. So that means you're going to be living alone? God, this really puts it into emphasis that she was doing that just to kill me, huh? No, I'm just going back to my real home. It's that fancy place on the top of the hill. I still can't quite believe it yet. Oh, could that possibly be the Tono-san mansion? Senpai asks with some hesitation. The Western-style house on the top of the hill is probably seen as something special to the residents of the town. I haven't been there for 8 years, but even in my memories, the Tono mansion was ridiculously large. Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's the right place for me either, but it's too late now that I'm done moving.
You don't seem too happy about it.
It's not a particularly good or bad thing. I don't really understand it myself.
Well, even if it is your house, it's been 8 years, right? I can understand if you're feeling restless. I'll probably feel like someone else's house for a while.
I wonder if that's so... I haven't gone back, so I don't know. Well, I'm a bit relaxed, since I've always got a refuge at your place.
Listen, you. I'm not impressed with how you come to stay at my house every time something bad happens. I like your personality trait of not standing out, but I've always hated how you're always too reserved for a long time now.
Arihiko strikes the table with a bang again. Well, everything Arihiko said is true, so there's no way to fight back. Inoue-kun, does Tono-kun really stay at your house that often?
Yeah, he does. That damn Tono is too reserved towards his parents, and he would come to my place every long vacation. He's reserved toward them because they are taking care of him. That's why he comes over to my place, where we conveniently have an empty room. Since he looks pretty decent, my sister took a liking to him. He shamelessly comes to stay with us without paying a cent.
I still haven't seen... No, did I get to see the sister? I don't remember. I think I might have, but I don't remember her. I don't remember seeing what she looks like. I mean, I remember seeing, but I don't remember what she looks like. I still hope for that day. Arihiko's fist trembles as if to say, Urusanai! Taking care of Tono-kun?
Ugh.
Arihiko clamps a hand over his mouth.
Sorry. I should have thought before I spoke.
It's okay. You didn't say anything wrong. I continue to eat my bread without looking at Arihiko.
Really? Yeah, you're right. If you complain about that, you'll be in for some punishment.
Arihiko nods to himself in agreement. His overwhelming optimism is something I'm truly envious of. Tono-kun, did you not get along with your previous family?
No, that's not it. This guy had no problem with the Arimas. The Arimas were the family who took care of him. They're really nice people, and from what I can see, well, they're a happy family. Even so, he refused to be their adopted child, and he escaped to my place every vacation. Sheesh. So you're not satisfied with anyway.
Well, there's nothing I wasn't satisfied with. It's just that I've received so much from them already, I don't want to be a further burden on them. I turn away, and all of a sudden, I realize Yumizuka is close by. Her eyes look like she wants to say something, but seems like she can't bring herself to intrude. What's wrong, Yumizuka-san? I'll leave Arihiko and Senpai and call out to Yumizuka. I have something to talk to you about. Is now a good time? Sure. Can we talk here? Yumizuka's eyes flicker towards Arihiko. Seems Yumizuka isn't good at dealing with Arihiko. Is it alright if we discuss this in the hallway? I don't mind. I'm leaving for a while, Arihiko. Waving to Arihiko and Senpai, I exit with Yumizuka into the hallway. What's with this sudden surge of Yumizuka content? So, what did you want to ask me? I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this, but have you been walking around at night in the business district lately? Huh? Business district? I rarely go there in the daytime, let alone at night. The question is so entirely off that I've become interested instead. At night, you say? Around what time? From what I've heard, past midnight. Midnight. Well, that rules it out completely. I can usually go to the business district at night to buy something, but I've never been out into the city that late before. That's definitely not me. My household is old-fashioned, so they got a curfew at 7. You can't get in after that even if you cry. Since I don't want to camp outside, I try to death to get home before 7. I'm upfront in denying Yumizuka's question. She smiles happily. Yeah, I know. The Arima family is also the head of a style of tea ceremony. Oh, that's new, huh? That's right. It must be really strict for you, Tono-kun. Not so much strict as they like to tease me. Yumizuka-san, you seem to know quite a bit. Are you a student of it? No, I don't really know that much about tea ceremony. I have a friend who goes there, and she told me it was really strict. Oh, but Yumizuka-san, how did you know I live with the Arimas? I haven't even told anyone here at our high school. You've forgotten that we went to the same middle school together, haven't you? Yumizuka giggles as she speaks. We went to the same middle school? I can't remember, so I can't say anything, but if that's true, then it wouldn't be odd if she knew I was interested in the Arimas. Yumizuka-san, maybe, It's okay as long as it's not you, Tono-kun. Sorry for interrupting your lunch. Is she talking about Roa? About Shiki? I know there's like not meant. Well, no, because the whole reason was the names, right? There's no physical resemblance, right? That's my only thought. Okay. Interrupting my words, Yumizuka Satsuki goes back into the classroom after saying this.
Yo, is your conversation over?
Yeah, it seems like she just got the wrong person. Hey, Arihiko.
Yeah. Yumizuka went to our middle school. To say more, she was our classmate during our second and third year, now the second year of high school, making for 3 years total.
Huh. As if he knew my question, he answers. Were you listening? How did you know I was gonna ask?
Because of that look on your face. But damn, I thought you were just ignoring her, but you actually didn't even notice her. She's really persistent. Or maybe she's just eccentric. Just had to suffer a lot.
Arihiko makes a difficult face and shrugs. I knew it. She's Tono-kun's girlfriend, right? What are you saying, senpai? She doesn't even have a root in this game. There's no way that could be. I've never even had a proper conversation with her. No, there's no use hiding it. You two look like you get along very well. I'm a little jealous. What's making her so happy? Senpai looks at me with an excited expression and very long fingers. Senpai? Arihiko, you say something to this confused person here too.
About what? I don't know what you and Yumizuka are up to. All I know is that you two are having a right merry conversation this morning.
Yeah, secret meeting at school in the morning. How bold of you, Tono-kun. Senpai's getting more and more worked up in an incomprehensible way. Well, whatever. After all, it doesn't matter if Senpai misunderstands. But you mustn't be so blunt to her, Tono-kun. Yumizuka-san looks kind of sad, doesn't she? Gotta give her more of your attention. Senpai, lunch is gonna end soon. Yes. See you later, Tono-kun, Inui-kun. Smiling, Senpai leaves our classroom. I feel a little exhausted.
Tono, don't go after Yumizuka.
Arihiko mumbles this with a stern face. Okay, that reads the same way as when my one friend was like, dude, don't go after my stepsister. She likes you. She's gonna say something. Don't go after her. And I did. And it was awful. All I'll say is IP addresses were involved. It was bad. So yeah, when a dude says, don't do it, you listen to him. You follow, and again, the bro code, right? I broke the bro code. I was punished for breaking the bro code. That's just the thing. But yeah, it was rough. It was so bad. Don't go after... Why?
Listen, about Yumizuka, despite her appearance, well, she's really shy and single-minded. She's not compatible at all with someone absent-minded like you. The kind of girl is dangerous to get really involved with.
Arihiko goes back to his own seat. Wow, what is he talking about? It's not like I'm thinking of doing something with Yumizuka-san. I'm under no one in particular and sit down in my own seat. I can't believe that we're getting so much of her in this. Anyways, skip. We are get a hold of ourselves and head back to the mansion. Another new scene. I don't have anything to do, so I hurry up and leave school. Come to think of it, I haven't left the school by the main entrance since the entrance ceremony. Huh. I guess this will be the way to and from school now since I live in the mansion. Leaving from the main gate, I come to the intersection that leads to the residential district. This is the point at which the paths to the city and the... Hello! Residential... This is a bit strange. Why are you in this so much? Why? Why are you making so many appearances? I thought I was on Akiha's route, not yours. But okay. Alright. Oh, it's Tono-kun. Suddenly I run into Yumizuka. You know, run into me once. Shame on me. Run into me twice. Shame on you. Run into me 3 times. Something is up. Something's up. I can feel it in my... toe beans. There's something happening. Hello, Yumizuka-san. Maybe because of Ciel Senpai's teasing, but I feel a little embarrassed. Yumizuka looks at me bewildered. Yumizuka-san? Is there something on my face? I was wondering what you were doing here, Tono-kun. Isn't your house in the other direction? It was until yesterday, but I'm living somewhere else starting today. From now on, I'll be living at the place at the top of the hill at the end of the residential district. Ah, so that's what you were talking about this morning. I have never seen a front-facing sprite for her. That's very strange. Yumizuka clasps her fists and open palm together in understanding. Oh, I was like, wait, what does that mean? But then I realized it's the thing I always do. It's ah. It's that thing. It's the aha, right? You do the bong. Right, okay. Well, all flattery aside, the gesture seems incredibly cute. Which is why, of course, I do it. That's right. There's no point in hiding it from you since you already know. I'm leaving my guardians, the Arimas, and going back to my real house today. Your real house? You mean the Tono-san mansion? Yes, I, Tono Shiki, live at the Tono mansion. Hard to believe, I know. Yeah, I don't think it really suits me either. I see. You're really a prince on top of a hill after all. It was a secret only Inui-kun and I knew, but now I guess everyone's gonna find out. With a faint smile, Yumizuka casts her gaze into the distance. She looks out of the horizon, as if looking at the Tono mansion in the distance on the top of the hill. But will you be alright? Even if it is your house. You've been away for 8 years, right? Aren't you afraid or worried? Yeah, I'm actually kind of uneasy. I never liked that mansion to begin with. It feels like I'm going to someone else's house, too. But still, I can't lead a carefree life on my own and leave my sister Akiha there all by herself. No matter how uneasy I am, I have to return to that mansion. In the end, it's still my home. I think it's only natural for me to go back. I see. Sorry for stopping you, Tono-kun. You must be in a hurry, right? No, not really. I was just having a stroll on my way home. Ah, I see. For some reason, Yumizuka looks downcast and falls silent. What's wrong, Yumizuka-san? Are you feeling sick? I break the silence, but she continues to stare downward without raising her head. I can't just leave her there, so I continue to stand there looking at her. And then... yeah? What is it? I'm going home along the same way as you, until we reach the hill. Oh, really? Well, let's go together for part of it. Huh? Yumizuka's eyes widen, and she stands there stiffly for a moment. Yeah, you're right. We're going back the same way, so it wouldn't be strange for us to go together for part of the way, right? She says this with an excessively cheerful voice and stands right beside me. Just at the right time, too. I'm not too familiar with the streets around here. Oh, no, that's me. Just at the right time, too. I'm not too familiar with the streets around here, so would you mind guiding me? Sure. Well, then let's go down the street. It's a back street that leads all the way to the street on the hill. I walk home while chattering with Yumizuka. Talking to Yumizuka isn't anything particularly special, but it's enjoyable in its own peaceful kind of way. Despite what Arihiko had said, Yumizuka Satsuki has a gentle air about her, and I feel safe being around her. While we are talking, Yumizuka suddenly laughs as if she had remembered something. What is it all of a sudden? Did I say something funny? No, that's not it. It's just that starting tomorrow, I'll be taking the same route to school as you. She laughs, looking truly happy. That honest, smiling face is enough to make me happy as I watch her. I didn't realize it up until now. Even putting her looks and mannerisms aside, Yumizuka Satsuki is kind of cute. I'm still beginning to understand why the boys in our class have been so worked up over her for so long. Our conversation ceases. I'm simply fascinated by Yumizuka's smile, and the two of us fall silent. Without saying anything, we head towards the residential district in the sunset. Suddenly... Whoa, CG. For her? Something's up. Hey, do you remember what happened during the winter vacation of our second year of middle school? Yumizuka murmurs. I tilt my head to one side. The winter vacation of the second year of middle school was when I had applied to stay for extra lessons at school because I felt bad for staying at the Arimas. I remember it well enough, but I still don't understand why she decided to ask me about it. Just as I thought. Someone like Tono-kun would never have remembered. Disappointed, Yumizuka's shoulders droop. There were 2 sports sheds at our middle school, right? One was a new shed used by the big clubs, and the other was an old one used by the smaller clubs like badminton. The old shed has a certain problem where the alignment of the door was bad, so there were often times when it wouldn't open. Old shed. That little concrete building at the back of the gymnasium? Ah, that shed. The one which they stopped using after some students got trapped inside. Yeah, that's the one. The students were second years from the badminton club. Ah, yeah, something like that did happen. Flashback? Suddenly? What is going on? Why are we getting this Yumizuka lore? What's going on? It was early in the new year, on a cold winter's day. The first 3 days of the new year having passed, I had applied for extra lessons and requested to stay behind at the school and help out because I felt bad about staying at the Arimas. But even that was only until 5 in the evening. It had become dark, and I was forced out of the classrooms as all the teachers were going home. The middle of winter. Even if it was only 5, the surroundings really had darkened. The weather report had predicted snow for that day, and the cold was extra harsh. It's a nice remix. I like this one here. Actually, now that I've listened to kind of all the stuff so far, they're all nice remixes. The originals have their charm, but these are nice remixes. I don't know which I prefer yet, though. And so, just when I decided to head straight home for the day, I heard a banging sound from the old shed and I went to check things out. Was anyone in there? I asked in the voice of several female students in reply. And I heard the voices of several female students in reply from inside the shed. They had been trapped in there for 2 hours. While packing up the club equipment, they had closed the doors because of the cold and now wouldn't open again. They couldn't open the door no matter what, and wanted me to call one of the teachers for help. But the teachers had all gone home. Oh, is he gonna use the knife? Even if I were to call them now on the phone, it'd at least take another hour. The cold on that day was truly terrible. In the kind of cold that should have prompted snow, I thought it'd be cruel to leave those girls stuck in the shed wearing only their PE uniforms for another hour, especially if you've seen what female PE uniforms look like in Japan. Those are not good for warmth. After some hesitation confirming that no one else was around, I took off my glasses and got the line on the shed door. So here's the thing. That's justice. That is a use of, that is a great use. I know, we were told, hey, don't use it, but that was a case of using it for justice, because they probably would have died. The door opened and about 5 female students, eyes red from crying, poured out. Come to think of it, well, there was something like that. But I'm surprised you know about it. The captain of the Trap Badminton Club told me this has to do with the club's survival, so don't tell anyone else. It was almost like she was threatening me. Oh, Tono-kun, you had no interest in knowing who was trapped in there, did you? Listen, I was one of the badminton club members. Yumizuka sounds like she's pouting. Oh, so in other words, I can still remember it well. When I think about it now, it was only being trapped inside a shed, but at that time it was dark and cold and I was really worried. Everyone thought we were going to freeze to death like that. My stomach was growling from hunger too. I was just about to collapse. Ah, that must have been rough. Can't really empathize with her, so I gave a half-hearted response. Unconcerned, Yumizuka continues her recollections, bringing up old events anew. And just when everyone was trembling, you came along and asked, is anyone in there, in your usual unexcited voice? And the captain got angry and shouted, can't you tell just by looking? Do you remember? Yeah, I remember. There was a loud bang when she threw Bat at the door. Wow, that club captain seems like a jerk. I was really surprised. That's right, Yumizuka says, laughing. When all the teachers had gone home, we really had lost all hope. We couldn't stand being there for even a minute longer, yet we had to face the prospect of being trapped until the next day. Just when we were thinking about how miserable the world was, you knocked on the door and said, I might be able to open the door if you can keep it a secret. Yeah, and then I heard another bang and someone said, if it opened that easily, we wouldn't be suffering in here. She was really angry. Yeah, the captain felt responsible for us getting trapped, so she didn't have much patience to spare. But soon after that, the door opened. Everyone was happy that the captain's knocking with the bat must have worked and ran outside, but I was watching you aimlessly stand by the door. Yumizuka looks at me warmly, but that only troubles me. To me, it meant nothing, so I can't really appreciate her gratitude. I was crying really hard at that time. My eyes just felt like they were swelling. They looked terrible. What do you think you said when you saw me like that? I don't know. What did I say? I really don't remember, so I asked if it was as if it was something someone else had done. Despite this, Yumizuka still looks at me happily. You put your hand on my head and said, hurry up and go home and eat some ozuni. To Google we go! What in tarnation is an ozuni? See, that's the sort of thing where... So, okay, controversial opinion. This is a case where if it was me doing the translation, I would just say soup because ozoni means soup. Like, I looked it up and it's what is it? It's just soup. I mean, well, okay, but it's a special, okay. It is a special Japanese soup containing mochi rice cakes. It's typically one of the oshiki foods of the, New Year's Day, oshechi or whatever. So, I mean, it is a special soup, but, if you just said go home and eat some soup, I honestly would, it just makes sense. Does it being specifically related to New Year's matter in this context? If it does, then yeah, maybe keep it as the ozoni, but I feel like that would hit just as hard if it was, hey, go home, eat some soup. Because it's yeah, what do you do when you're cold? You eat some soup. I was a little embarrassed because I was trembling so much from the cold. If it specifically being New Year's soup actually matters, be it symbolic or not, and it could, then keep it in. But otherwise, just say soup, dude. Just say soup. Or put a little thing after where it's where he's like, ozoni. That New Year's soup. Even if it's just there for just us and is a new line, hey, a little bit of context. I knit my brows. I don't know what I meant back then. I think you meant for me to warm up my body by having some ozoni. I see. Okay, fair enough. It was right after New Year's after all. Okay, fair enough. That does sound like the stupid kind of thing I would say. Okay, fair. I still would have put in a line actually explaining what it is. Because, I'm going to be honest, none of you knew what that was before I Googled it, I bet. I'm going to take a hard bet. Actually, I won't, because there's too many people watching. But most of you probably don't. Because, I mean, I'm pretty good with Japanese food, and even I was like, what is that? I don't know. So, now that it's put to me like this, I regret not having picked something better to say. Back then I thought, there are plenty of reliable people at school, but if I ever really need to be saved, it'll be someone like Tono-kun who saves me. You're exaggerating. Look, it's all how a baby chick thinks the first human it meets is its mother. Buddy, wow, she's bearing her heart and soul to you, and that's what you say? Holy crap, that is... You're kind of a... As I continue to go through this, I realize more and more that Shiki is a massive jerk. Huge. I just happen to help you. That's not true. Ever since then, I really believed that you'd come and help me no matter what the problem was. Her expression is quite resolute. You're giving me too much credit, Yumizuka-san. I'm not that reliable of a person. It's alright. That's what I believe in, so let me keep believing it. She pronounces while staring straight at me on the Fate Stay Night Sakura Street, and I am too embarrassed to offer a rebuttal. Well, I guess you can believe what you want. Isn't that right? So if I'm ever in a pinch, you'll come and help me, right? Yumizuka asks me, smiling. To be honest, that would be kind of troubling. Despite what she thinks, I'm not the sort of guy who can do everything. I'm not, but when she faces me with that smile, I don't want to destroy the faith she has in me. So don't answer me. But is Akiha's route a simultaneous Akiha Yumizuka route in the same way that like Heaven's Feel is a Sakura Ilya route? But I don't even know about that because none of this has even, like, we've not even got to the route split, so that can't be. Is this just, did I somehow miss all of this? Wow. Yeah. If it's within my power, I'll help you. Yep. Thank you, Tono-kun. I know it's a bit late to say this, but I was really happy because of what you said to me back then. Saying that, Yumizuka suddenly stops. Naturally, I'd stop too. I've always wanted to talk with you like this, Tono-kun. Somewhere in her voice was a hint of wistfulness. Perhaps it's because of the red light of the sunset, but somehow Yumizuka looks lonely. So this... this here... This is a powerful sprite. I can't describe it. There's just a power to it. Like, this is like a reaction image sort of sprite. Like, I look at this, and this has the same expression as, like, Saber's default standing sprite. Right? Where you look at it, and, like, it is charged with emotion. Like, I'm gonna take a screen cap of this, just because I want to send it to my one friend who loves, like, this exact type of awkward sprite. Because it's like, it's just... It's perfect. What do you mean? You can talk to me anytime. No, I can't. Inui-kun is always around you, and besides, I can't become someone like you, Tono-kun. Huh? With that reserved answer, Yumizuka draws away from me. Well, my house is this way, so I'll see you at school tomorrow. Bye-bye! Smiling, Yumizuka waves her hand and begins walking down another street. Anyways, we're gonna skip, and it's like, what do we think about? We're gonna think about my happy little sister Akiha. We've already seen that scene, so we're gonna skip. You've already viewed this scene. Would you like to skip? Skip. So we're gonna go and talk with Akiha. When I get to the sitting room, Akiha's relaxing there alone, because we have to get to know our little sister. I'm so scared for this route. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the power to do it. I hate this plot thread in anime stuff. I know it's not related by blood, but still, it's so weird. It's just, I don't get it. Even if you're not related by blood, I just... Like, when you've been with someone, well, I guess they haven't been, but even still... well... I'm gonna let you know right now. If you don't... If you're all aboard the incest train and you're for that lifestyle, you're not going to like my commentary for this whole thing. I'm sorry. It's not... I don't like it personally. And I know it's hey, I'm reading a visual novel, I'm reading an eroge from Japan. That just comes with the territory. I should have used a better word for that. Regardless, I still don't like it. So I apologize. I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to try and hold off the complaining. Just when it gets really weird, I'm going to bring it up. But for the most part, this is me getting it out of the way right now so I can have the rest of this be a nice, good adventure that ultimately leads to us boning our sister. Okay, it's done. Let's go. Anyways, Kia's relaxing there alone. There's no sign of Kohaku-san or Hisui. There are 2 teacups on the table, and Akiha is using one of them. Oh, do you drink tea after meals too, Nissan? I just had some tea, actually. It was nice. I had some instant milk tea. Very nice. Blendy stick, they're called. Ah, no, nothing like that. I just thought I'd come and talk to you. My expression tells her, I'll go away if I'm bothering you. Then, please sit down. Is tea all right for you? Sure. I'll have anything that's nice. I actually prefer Japanese tea, but I'll keep that bit of selfishness to myself. Akiha takes the teapot and pours transparent red tea into another teacup. Thank you. I sit on the sofa and raise the teacup to my mouth. Before my eyes is the cool and collected Akiha, and it makes me a bit uneasy. I came to talk to her, but to be honest, I really don't know what to say now that she's in front of me. Nissan, you're very quiet. Didn't you come to talk to me? Akiha stares. The atmosphere is not so much that of a younger sister, but more like that of an unfamiliar young lady. It's not one in which I can speak freely. Well, I was just wondering, what have you been doing for the past 8 years? It goes without saying, with Nissan not around, Father's attention turns solely to me. Akiha glares in complaint. It seems that the last 8 years are a bit of a taboo subject. And what about you? What have you been doing for 8 years? I sent many letters but didn't receive a single reply. I choke involuntarily. Certainly Akiha sent many letters, but I never replied. I was a poor correspondent, but at the bottom of my heart I wanted to sever all links with the Tono Mansion, and that made me reluctant to write to Akiha. Well, don't worry about the letters. Even if you had answered, I'm sure Father would have never allowed the replies into the house. More importantly, how do you feel returning to the mansion for the first time in 8 years? It has changed very little, though there was some restoration work done. In spite of Akiha's words, the mansion still feels completely unknown to me. 8 years ago, I was just a child. Even if I remember the mansion a little, it feels like I'm in someone else's house and it's very unsettling. Nissan? No, I was just lost in thought for a moment. I do that a bit. You might see me trail off and think to myself for several minutes at a time. You say this mansion's changed very little, but it's pretty unsettling for me. Though this sitting room and the lobby are kind of familiar, I can't really remember the corridor or my room. Really, well, I guess 8 years is a long time. I guess that's it. It's like half my life so far. Can't really expect to have clear memories. Well, it's been 8 years, so it doesn't feel right, but I think I'll get used to it. I'll be thankful if you overlook my poor manners for a while. Please, don't be ridiculous. I can hardly look any more leniently upon Nissan's manners than I already do. But I was close. I almost sprayed the tea I was drinking. At supper, Akiha's look sent me into a cold sweat. After all I did was use the wrong knife. Bro, did you try to cut your meat with a butter knife? That's a death sentence in my house. I see. You were being lenient back then. Yes, I am making concessions appropriate to your abilities. Nissan has been brought up by the Arimas, after all. As Aunt Keiko comes from a branch family, a certain amount of laissez-faire was permitted, and you were spoiled, Nissan. Okay, doubling down on that confirmation, they are a branch family. For some reason, I was on and off with that for a bit. Yes, they are. Second, shoutouts to our use of laissez-faire. I like that. That's good. Because that's such like a hoity-toity term, and it's like when you use that there, it's like, oh wow, you know, it's like, oh, you're fancy. You're using the fancy language. The result is the supper we had a while ago. Well, Shikatanai, am I right? Hey, right? We never really thought I'd be returning here. Is that so? You almost sound like you didn't want to return, Nissan. Don't be stupid, it's not like that. I may have had my doubts, but I couldn't just leave you alone here, could I? What kind of a brother would I be then? Yes, that's the reason I returned. If it weren't for Akiha, I would have never returned. Since I heard nothing for almost 8 years, I always wondered whether you were alright on your own. I say as I ignore your letters to confirm if you are alright for yourself for 8 years. I came back to the mansion because I was worried about you. Looking a little bit off to the side, I put my honest feelings into words. Ah, well then, But I guess I was worrying over nothing. In the past 8 years, you seem to have grown strong. I'm relieved, but a little disappointed. No, a bit is saying too little. Since I had the image of the calm Akia back when she was small, the sharp Akia now seems like a different person. Really? I'm sorry I didn't meet Nissan's expectations. Akia's eyes are scary. Crap, I think I may have said too much again. Well then, Nissan, how was life at the Arima residence? Akia asks, still with a frightening expression. I feel like I'm under terrible pressure, even though I'm only talking to my younger sister. Nissan, did you hear what I said? I heard. Life at the Arimas, right? Well, it was normal. There was no real problems. It seemed like it was more suited for me living there, too. That's not what I meant. How was your health? I had heard you collapsed a lot from your chronic anemia. Oh, yeah, I did for about a year after I left the hospital, but I'm okay now. I only have problems occasionally, about like once a month. I'm certainly not frail enough to be worried about. Bluffing, I strike my chest with its scar. Akia nods in serious assent. But Nissan, you've also started wearing glasses. After going to the hospital, did your eyesight fail also? I see. Akia doesn't know I wear glasses or why I wear them. I can't just explain the lines along which things break or that they don't appear when I wear these glasses. Well, it's nothing. It's nothing. My eyes became a little strange after the accident, but it's not like my eyesight's gone bad, so it's not really a serious problem. Really, I was surprised when I saw you a while ago. I didn't know you had started wearing glasses, Nissan. Hey, friendly reminder, everyone looks better with glasses. I'm not wearing glasses. I just realized I'm not wearing glasses. Huh. I mean, the man beneath the mask is, but the character is not. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I find it really hard with the whole VTuber shtick to refer to myself as me as a human. No, to try to not refer to me as a human and to be like in character. I don't think that's ever gonna go. It's you know what? I've given up on that. Y'all know what I look like. Really? You seem pretty calm. You seem pretty calm back then. Of course. I was meeting you for the first time in 8 years. I couldn't let you see me acting strange. Akia's brow creases sullenly. That's a weird sentence. Akiha-sama, the bath is ready. What should I do? Really? Thank you, Kohaku. I'll go soon, so go ahead. Is that alright? After all, you're relaxing with Shiki-sama. Shiki-sama might run away, but the bath won't. Please relax a little longer. It's fine. We weren't talking about anything important anyways. Akia stands, walks past Kohaku-san into the lobby. Kohaku-san follows Akia. Left alone in the sitting room, I finish the tea. Akia and Kohaku seem to be heading to the bath, so I guess I'll head back to my room. Hang on. Akia and Kohaku-san, they're gonna take a bath together, are they? No, I bet they are. Then, maybe Kohaku-san would be washing her back? Well, of course, with another girl, that's no problem, but... Well, you are free to imagine whatever you wish, Nissan, but... Whoa! Akia returns with amazing timing. Don't force Hisui to do stupid things. She would literally not let me. Unlike Kohaku, she really doesn't get jokes. Akia looks accusingly, as if she sees my thoughts. I'm surprised. Maybe this mansion has some listening devices. Wait, what are you doing back here? Weren't you gonna take a bath with Kohaku-san? I forgot to tell you something about the bath. Nissan, the large bathroom we used a long time ago, isn't used anymore. It would be too much for Hisui and Kohaku to take care of, so it's been closed up. Large bathroom? Was there such a place? I sputter a bit. Unable to remember, I make a doubtful face. Kia's brows knit terribly. The bath in the courtyard. You don't even remember that? Well, she mentions it, I guess there was such a thing. But this is a European-style mansion. Isn't such a thing a little out of place? Father half liked the Japanese style of architecture. That's why the detached building is Japanese style as well. Oh! Huh. So it's... Oh god. That's eclectic. European mansion with a Japanese detached building? Jeez. Anyway, if you want a bath, please use your own. The second bathroom behind the lobby is yours, Nissan. With that, Akiha leaves. Alright. With Akiha gone, there's no point in staying in the sitting room. I'll have bath too and return to my room. I'm sure no shenanigans will happen in that room. Ah. When I return to my room, my bed has been made. I guess Hisui did it while I was gone. I'm glad she did, but it's really more than what I deserve. Scratch my cheek. Then... Are you there, Shiki-sama? I can hear Hisui's voice along with a knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Good evening. Thanks for making my bed, Hisui. Hisui quietly nods in acceptance. Ugh, just as I thought. I'm not used to this. Is there anything else you want to tell me? No, nothing from me. But Akiha-sama has instructed me to answer any questions you may have. I see. Well, there's many things I want to ask, but I'll probably get to know them as I continue to live here. Yeah. What I want to know right now before I sleep is it true that the curfew here is 7? Yes. The main gate is locked at 7, and all entrances to the mansion are be locked at 8. It is also a rule that one must try to not go around walking in the mansion after 10. Not even walking around the mansion? I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiha and I aren't children, so I don't think you have to go that far. Indeed, it is a rule, however, so please abide by it. You are aware of the recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-sama? Yeah, that vampire thing Arhiko's talking about. Vampires, am I right? Pshaw. As long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better be safe than sorry. What else? Oh, do you mind if I ask an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. I'm here to serve your needs, and my sister Kohaku is to serve the Lady Akiha-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you would like to know? To serve. So that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiha when she said it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl closest to my age serving me. At least for now. I like the "at least for now," implying that he'd be fine if it was like another time. By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes. Please do not hesitate to give me any instructions. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiha was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? One glass of milk. Nothing in particular, but could you please stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. Again, for context, that's like being called, like, Lord Blank. Or, like, the Great Blank. Or Oh Mighty Blank, right? Like, it has, like, for context, you know, Dio refers to himself as Kono Dio-sama, which is like, I, the Great Dio, right? So it's like, Sama is like, whoa, that's a bit too much, right? That's, when someone calls you Sama, it's like, whoa, hey, whoa, you really have respect for me. More than I would expect. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. Well, that's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. I see. Hisui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki, and in exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows, as if she's being troubled. But you are my employer. Well, it's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. I see. Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. Because I won't be able to talk her into it with just one day. Anyhow, well, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you could tell that to your sister Kohaku-san too. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. I will be leaving now. Please rest for tonight. Bowing, Hisui puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I did forget to ask something. Hold on for a sec. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away with an incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. It's so sudden, that's the only thing I could say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? I am very sorry. Hisui's voice sounds very nervous. I am not used to being touched. Please forgive me. Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I just did something terrible. Not as terrible as what you did to the other sister in that other route, am I right? Oh my god, I still think about the image because it is still the most horrible, degrading thing you can do to a human being, and I cannot believe that people tell me that the other option was worse. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second. What was it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama? That's right. I stopped Hisui because I want to ask her something. Oh, I want to ask about Kiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. Ah, you mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it is uncommon for her to come home before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice until dinner, so she is always home before 7. Practice? Practice what? Today's Thursday, so she would have had violin practice. Ah. Usually, she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Nei-san know after dinner. And so he bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Violin practice. What on earth is that? She's not some upper-class lady or anything, so why would she have to learn something as bothersome as, oh wait, no, she totally is an upper-class lady. Yep, come to think of it, my sister, Tono Akiha, is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memories, she was always the obedient, ever uneasy sister, constantly following me around. As a child, she was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of a scolding from our father. Yeah, people do change a lot after 8 years. After 8 years, well, I become the me who I am now. Nakia has become the person she is right now, too. 8 years is a long time. It's half our lives up till now. I was absent from the mansion during this vital period where a child becomes an adult. Oh, I'm sorry, Akiha. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unknowingly mumble an apology. Alright, well, I'm going to call it here because it's been a little bit. This is a bit of an extra long part for sure. And we will see you next time for some more Tsukihime here, where we will actually hardline onto Akiha's side quest. Well, at least the far side of the moon stuff, because we haven't done that choice yet. But I was expecting to get to it today, but we found a lot of new content from just picking not Ciel options, you know? So that's very interesting. So we're going to have to see. All right. Well, I will see you guys next time for some more Let's Play Tsukihime. Ciao. My hands don't work. There we go. Ciao. Bye-bye.
strong